LEGO Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars, probably isn't the first game you think of when someone mentions LEGO Star Wars. I certainly wasn't very familiar with it while growing up, and like a lot of you, spent most of my time in the complete saga. To be fair though, in 2011 I was super focused on getting terrible grades in high school, so I can see why this one went right by me. Nevertheless, I decided now was the perfect time to give it a go, as I have recently been rewatching the Clone Wars series. So, how did I get on? Well, I had a blast. The Clone Wars takes all the great gameplay features and mechanics from the previous LEGO Star Wars games and adds to it wonderfully. Narrative-wise, we get to play through various key Clone Wars moments, mainly from the first 2 seasons of the animated series, but also the standalone Clone Wars movie and Attack of the Clones. I'm saying the word clone a lot. LEGO Star Wars 3 is no different to the previous 2, in the sense that we get a decent cast of 115 characters to unlock and use during our playthrough, and of course you can use the minifig maker to make your very own minifigs to use as well. I really enjoyed the flying in this game. It felt really fluid and fun. My only real gripe would be switching between altitudes. It sometimes felt a little too on rails. All the cutscenes here are done with care and serve the purpose of storytelling perfectly while remaining funny and not too lengthy. The new addition of ground assault missions at first threw me off, but once I figured out what I was supposed to do, I actually came around to liking it. Sure, it's not conventional for a LEGO Star Wars game, but it didn't feel shoehorned in, and I think it has its place in a title like this. Whether on foot, a speeder, in a walker, a tank, a ship, on the back of a beast, or even just floating with your droid thrusters, there are so many ways you will make your way through the levels and it all feels very intuitive. This brings me around to probably my favourite thing about not just this game but all LEGO games, the pick-up and playability. It's unmatched. Combat is fun even though it's simple, and death is not a massive problem or setback. There are some fantastic animations here that mean characters pull off far more complex maneuvers, and lightsaber wielders in particular are so enjoyable to both use and look at, even if you are just mashing the attack button. Yoda is still the most fun to use and always will be. Let's talk about some other things I liked. The 3 branching mission trees in the mission selector under the 3 main villains works really well. Being able to see each planet before you fly to it in the mission selector as well is a really nice touch. Probably my favourite aspect of the entire game though was the hub world, the Venator. From buying and flying different ships to customizing minifigs, the ship does feel pretty huge and expansive and is full of clones walking around it, as it should be. You can even change what planet the Venator is orbiting. Being able to take out and fly your ships around the Venator is as fun as it looks, and it just adds that little more replayability factor. Speaking of which, let's get to that now. There is plenty to do post-game, with free play being one of the best features of the series, allowing you to replay any story level you've beaten with characters of your choosing. Republic Assault, which essentially allows you to play any ground assault missions you'd like in custom formats. This can also be done in multiplayer, again another great replayability factor. The music here is and always was going to be a tap-in win for the developers. It's Star Wars music, it's great. I played the game through on PC with the better graphics mode turned on, and I think it looks really good considering it is 13 years old at this point. I often talk about games making me feel like a kid again, and this is absolutely no exception. The satisfaction of destroying LEGO built things to collect heaps of studs will never get old. So in summary, it may be the fact that I love Star Wars, it may even be the fact that I still love and collect LEGO well into my adulthood, or it may just be that the developers and everyone who worked on this gem back in the day did so with so much care and attention to detail that it resulted in a game that I genuinely loved playing and will definitely be something I replay in the future. I'd love to hear your opinions on this game, so please get in the comments and let me know. I'll see you guys next time.